Hey everyone, Tech OG here, who's all about tech and travel. And in this video, I'm going to let you know if it's a good idea to upgrade to the Galaxy Fold 5 if you already own a Fold 4 or a Fold 3. And just based on this picture that I have right here, just looking at them, you shouldn't upgrade. And that's just my personal opinion. I'll tell you why. Because of this picture you see right here, since they pretty much look the same, they're gonna pretty much function the same. Here's my S3 right here. It's going to function just like the Fold 5. Opens up, gives you a bigger display. Got the optional S Pen. It's going to function exactly the same way. Now the Fold 5, because of the beefed up processor and beefed up camera system, it's going to give you slightly better pictures, and you can load apps a little bit faster. It's going to function exactly the same as the Fold 4 and the Fold 3. Now I'm going to be comparing the specs of the Fold 5 and the Fold 3 since I have a Fold 3. But if you have a Fold 4, of course, your specs are slightly bumped up from the Fold 3, so you can compare specs between these two if you would like. But between the phone that I have and the upcoming Fold 5, they share a lot of similarities. There's only a few differences that the Fold 5 has that the Fold 3 does not. As far as what's the same, they're both going to have a 6.2-inch cover screen, both going to have a 7.6-inch inner screen, 12 gigabytes of RAM on both, minimum 256 gigabytes of storage on both. You can get up to a terabyte on the 5, up to 512 megabytes on the Fold 3. They both have a 4400 milliamp battery, so they're both going to drain around the same. Now with the new technology and the new processor, this one probably will last a little bit longer than my Fold 3. They both supports 25 watts wired charging. They both have a 4 megapixel under display camera. Both have a 10 megapixel cover screen camera. They both have 120 hertz refresh rate, and they both have IPX8 water and dust resistance. Now the differences that the Fold 5 has over the Fold 3. The Fold 5, of course, these are the main two categories: processor, camera. So the Fold 5 is going to have the newest Snapdragon 8 Generation 2 processor, and it's going to have a beefed up GPU. And I believe it's the Adreno 720. Gotta look that up to be sure. It's going to have 15 watts wireless charging as opposed to 11 watts on the Fold 3. So it's going to charge your phone a little bit faster if you're charging wireless. And the camera system is going to be 50 megapixel, 10 megapixel, and 12 megapixel cameras setup, as opposed to 12, 12, and 12 on the Fold 3. So yeah, you're going to get some slightly crisper pictures, but you still can take pictures. They're still going to come out looking pretty good. But of course, it's going to look a little bit better on the Fold 5. The Fold 5, just like the Fold 4, has a 3 times optical zoom as opposed to a 2 times optical zoom on the Fold 3. I believe the Fold 5 is going to have a 30 times digital zoom as opposed to a 10 times digital zoom on the Fold 3, and it's going to weigh a ½ ounce lighter than the Fold 3. And like I said with the Fold 4, I don't know all the specs because I don't have one, so you'd be the judge of that. So with the two main things that are usually upgraded on any newer phone, the processor and the camera setup, is it truly worth it to trade in a phone that you probably just paid off to get a brand new phone and pay it all over again for another 2 or 3 years? Of course, my answer, my short and my long answer, especially since my Fold 3 is paid off, it's not worth it to upgrade, especially since they're going to function exactly the same. It's going to unfold, 7.6-inch screen, 6.2-inch cover screen. Yeah, you got slightly beefier specs on the Fold 5 as opposed to the Fold 3, but it's going to work exactly the same. And they pretty much look exactly the same. So is it truly worth it? My personal opinion, no. Even though the trade-in value for this, $800, that's a good price. Now, if anything, I should have traded this in last year for the Fold 4 because the trade-in value last year, the best trade-in value Samsung has ever offered because you were able to trade in 3 or even 4 phones for the Fold 4. They don't do that anymore. You can only trade in 1 phone. That's it. Last year, when I was contemplating on getting the Fold 4, I had the option of trading in my Fold 3, my Note 20 Ultra, and my Note, 8? That I got stashed back there somewhere. I was going to trade in all 3 phones, get a really good amount of money as trade-in for the Fold 4. And I was going to get the 1 terabyte version. And that was a steal. That was a really good trade-in value where you're able to trade in multiple devices. They don't do that anymore. You can check on their website. Only 1 trade-in for any new device that you like, even a tablet, even a watch. So that's kind of unfortunate, but like Samsung probably learned, they lost a lot of money last year because a lot of people probably traded in a smorgasbord worth of old encrypted devices that don't work anymore that Samsung probably has in a storage room. Or they're probably going to take it apart, get some pieces of stuff out to maybe fix some older phones, things like that. Who knows? But I know they got a whole smorgasbord of old phones and devices. But anyway, 1 device to trade in. Like I said, $800 for this, not too bad, especially for what I paid for this for. On eBay, got this used, but this is in really good condition. Got this for what, $380? Really good condition. No cracks, no bumps, no blotches on the end of the screen. Great deal. And that's why I don't really want to give this up because, like I said, $380 completely paid for. I'm done. And plus the additions that I made on here, the accessories that I got for this, I've made this the ultimate Fold device. And I'm going to make a video of this very, very soon so you can see how I made this to be the best Fold device on the planet. So stay tuned for that video. But again, as far as upgrading, don't do it. Even if you got a Fold 4, don't do it. Keep your Fold 4. Keep your Fold 3. They function the same as a Fold 5. However, if you have an even older device, if you have a Note 8 or a Note 9, yeah, and you got the cash, definitely upgrade. Because the Fold, in my opinion, one of Samsung's best inventions ever. I mean, it's a mix between a phone and a tablet, where you don't have to necessarily carry a tablet, so you don't have to buy yourself the Tab S9. This is a really, really good device for work and for play. So, like I said, if you have the money, my personal opinion, definitely upgrade. If you have a very old phone and you want something new. But if you already have a Fold 4 or a Fold 3, don't upgrade. So I hope you enjoyed the video and the information. If you did, definitely leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Tell your friends about my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video.